Hi, my witchies. Welcome to the Witch Dark Tales podcast, where your host, I'm Megan.
I'm Miguel.
And we're from Fresno. We talk about haunted places, true crimes, urban legends, history, scary stories, paranormal videos, and unsolved mysteries of Fresno. So if you're from Fresno or even from the Central Valley, why not subscribe and listen to us? We'll keep you entertained and also scare you at night. I'm not going to lie, because sometimes the videos be scary.
Sometimes can be creepy.
So before we get into the podcast, views discretion and audio discretion is advised. Everything we talk about is just pure speculation. In strong adult languages, we will be talking about a child being mistreated. And also we will be discussing about someone in the true crime story with mental health issues. And we're not trying to sound disrespectful. So again, viewers discretion and audio discretion is advised. But with that being said, let's get straight into the podcast. Being from Fresno, I never knew about this Fresno true crime story of Aaron Lopez, who murdered a woman who was 32 years old named Outi Hicks in Fresno, California. Well, technically it's in Malaga, but that's in the outskirts of Fresno, so I'm going to claim it Fresno County.
Yeah, I never heard of this story.
No? Well, there's so much more to it. And he had a sister named Baby Reina who was actually mistreated by the mom's boyfriend. The mom's boyfriend name was Willard Dwayne Hawkwing. Not related to Valentine's, but it correlates with the story itself. So I'm gonna name this episode Fresno Valentine's Day Murder.
Wow, Valentine's Day?
Yeah. On the afternoon of February 14th, 2017, sheriff deputies were called to the Rio Bravo biomass power plant on Willow Avenue near North Avenue in Malaga, California, just south of Fresno. Oh, isn't Malaga technically in the outskirts of Fresno?
I believe it is.
Like Singer? It's in Fresno County district line, right?
I'll say yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to claim it Fresno. Inside the plant, 32-year-old Outi Hicks, a contract worker and a mother of three, had been attacked and killed while on the job. The man accused was her coworker and supervisor, Aaron Lopez, age 29. Sheriff's officials later confirmed that Hicks was killed after being struck with a metal pipe while she and Lopez were removing scaffolding at the facility. So I wanted to know what scaffolding is, and I guess it's these metal things that they put together for like landscapers so they can climb on it, like a ladder, but it's made out of metal on the walls.
Okay.
On the walls.
I see what you mean.
Back to the story. After the attack, workers at Rio Bravo and paramedics attempted to save Hicks' life, but their effort was unsuccessful.
Grounds knew CPR. They immediately jumped in and tried to revive her. Meanwhile, EMS was responding. They took over CPR, but it didn't prove to be enough. She did end up passing away here at the scene.
Meanwhile, according to Lopez's attorney, Jared Schwab Jr., Lopez did not flee. Instead, he sat in his truck and waited for sheriff's deputies to arrive.
Wow. Was he guilty or what? Or he felt guilty of it?
Well, before we get into the story, I don't know how people who murder people think, but I'm assuming wouldn't they try to run away because they did something guilty?
Yeah, they will run, hide.
So why would he sit in the truck or the car?
Probably felt guilty.
Maybe. Drop down a comment and let us know.
But when prosecutors offered to reduce the charge from first-degree to second-degree murder, he took the deal.
And what is your plea to that charge?
No contest, Your Honor.
Well, back to the story. Lopez was charged with murder in Fresno County Superior Court. On Monday, during court proceeding the following year, Lopez entered a plea of not guilty by the reason of insanity.
Oh, that's why.
His defense attorney argued that Lopez did not intend to kill Hicks and was suffering from hallucination at the time of the attack. Schwab told the court that Lopez had a documented history of schizophrenia, post-traumatic stress disorder, and long-term untreated mental illness. To determine whether Lopez was legally insane at the time of the crime, Judge Michael Idiart, spelled I-D-I-A-R-T, ordered two doctors to examine him. Lopez was ordered to return to court on March 8th, when those doctors' reports will be discussed. At the time, Lopez was being held without bail at the downtown Fresno jail. So he claimed insanity.
Wow.
You think that's why he was sitting in the car or the truck?
Yeah, because he had I guess you can say mental issues. So he probably wasn't thinking, maybe.
Or the from the article, it said that he had hallucination. So he probably saw things that wasn't there, or he imagined things that was happening but wasn't happening.
Mhm.
That is wild. And not to sound disrespectful towards anyone to have mental health issues, because we don't want to be disrespectful. Now, I just want to say, I wonder why he even had those mental health issues. Do you think it's because the way he was brought up, or do you think something happened in his previous years of
Well, it could
life?
be many things, you know. It could be health reasons. It could be maybe he's a little older. I don't know. Did he say what age he was?
Well, 29, I believe.
Okay. No, he's still like young.
That's a
So it
young.
probably could be like health issues, maybe something that he inhaled or he touched. You know, it could be many reasons why.
That makes sense.
You had somebody that snapped after a lifetime of abuse and neglect by his family. That's the worst I have ever seen.
According to court records and statements made in court, Aaron Lopez's childhood was deeply traumatic. When Lopez was 7 years old, he witnessed the killing of his 3-year-old sister, Reina Lopez. On January 23, 1994, Reina was taken to the now closed Valley Medical Center in Fresno, where doctors determined she was bruised, brain dead, and a victim of severe child abuse. Reina's mother, Don Colette Lopez, was initially charged with murder and child abuse. In March 1994, she pleaded guilty to a child endangerment and agreed to testify against her boyfriend, William Dwayne Hawkwing, in exchange for a 4-year prison sentence. In July 1994, Hawkwing pleaded guilty to a second-degree murder and was sentenced to 15 years in prison. Court records also showed that Reina had suffered excessive corporal punishment before her death. After their mother was sent to prison, Aaron Lopez and his siblings were placed into a foster care system where his attorney said he experienced further abuse. He never forgotten what happened to his sister. Schwab told the court he really messed him up.
And that's why he is the way he is. Because he witnessed something traumatic in his life. Baby Reina, I'm gonna call her Baby Reina. Rest in peace to her.
He has a traumatic experience,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And I say this all the time. We don't ever talk about child cases because when we hear about it and we try to talk about it, it's hard because we don't want to say anything to disrespect the family, or we don't want to say anything in general just to offend anyone because someone's child is being mistreated. That's why I always say the word mistreated. I don't want to say the word, abuse. So I try to say mistreated because it sounds more appropriate, because I don't know. Well, again, not to sound disrespectful. Well, back to the story. The mom's name was Dawn Colette Lopez, and her boyfriend's name was Willard Dwayne Hawkwing. And I found out that she passed away on September 23rd, 2023. I can't remember the exact date, but I'm going to put it here.
Well, not so long ago.
Yeah, she recently passed away. I don't know if she passed away in Fresno. No. She passed away in Fresno, but I don't know if she passed away in like jail or prison. But I did read that she did recently pass away.
Wow.
And I haven't read about that guy because, again, it's a sensitive topic and I don't want to say things I don't want to say because in my mind I'm going to get angry. So I didn't want to look up his story. The one that mistreated baby Reina. Now, Aaron Isidro Lopez also had other siblings, which we're not going to name. We're not going to get into because I would never want to expose them in that kind of way. So the reason why I said this, back to the story, Aaron had a rough time growing up through all the things he witnessed and also in foster homes.
Yeah.
And that will take a toll on a child growing up. Mind you, he had to, from what I also read, he had to get a job at an early age at 17 years old to take care of his siblings. So he already went through a traumatic phase in life. He had to grow up quick without, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, when you're a child and you start crying, the first thing you're going to do is, I'm going to look for my mom and I'm going to look for my dad and go cry and hug them. He had nobody to turn to. Not justifying his actions, but I'm saying he had to grow up really fast. And so he never had time to deal with his emotions. He's never had time to deal with his inner demons.
Yeah.
So he never knew how to cope. And maybe throughout his life, he's acted on things that we don't know or never heard of. But this does not justify his action for what he did.
It doesn't justify.
But I do feel bad. For someone who's been in a group home, I totally understand.
Yeah, and then, something like that, sometimes you need a little more help. Not only from an adult, but more like from a psychiatrist. He never really had a chance to talk to somebody about what had happened or to cope with what has happened between his family.
He had to be the strong one.
And then I know in time that thing's gonna come back and bite you in the dust, and it's just gonna hit you really hard.
Very hard. Again, I feel bad.
Yeah.
But again, that does not justify his actions. Well, allegedly, everything we said was all alleged.
So back to the story. In March 2017, criminal proceedings against Lopez were temporarily suspended after his attorney questioned whether Lopez was mentally competent to assist in his defense. 2 court-appointed doctors examined Lopez and determined that he was incompetent to stand trial. In June 2017, Lopez was committed to committed to Atascadero State Hospital, where doctors treated him with antipsychotic medication. Eventually, his competency was restored, allowing the case to move forward.
Was he finally charged? Because obviously they said that he was incompetent to stand trial. So that means they had to find other evidence. If you watch Law and Order, they do background checks. They check everything that they can to use against you, whether even if it's not related to the true crime, they're gonna find another twist to get to you.
Initially, Lopez maintained his plea of not guilty by reason of insanity. However, later court proceedings took a dramatic turn. Prosecutors offered Lopez a deal. If he dropped his insanity defense, they would reduce the change from his first-degree murder to second-degree murder. His attorney stated that prosecutors would have struggled to prove premeditation, noting that the killing appeared to have happened for no apparent reason. Schwab described Lopez as someone who snapped after a lifetime of abuse and neglect.
I totally agree. This is not towards the story. This is just in general. We've all gone through days where we don't have energy to get up. I know a lot of people have anxiety. Some people have depression and they lay in bed and they don't want to do nothing. But I'm pretty sure people don't act out like, they're not going to act out on it. When we all go through BS at work, we're not going to lash out at our coworkers. And I don't want to sound insensitive here. I'm just saying, like, I know not to lash out at my coworkers. I'm just going to walk away. So for whatever he was going through, it should not happen in that manner.
I agree to that.
She was my sole supporter. I didn't have nobody but her. And now that he done took that, I don't have nothing. I have nothing. My baby's gone.
Outi Hicks was 32 years old and she had 3 children. So after the crime, I know that the mom, she went to every court hearing because she wanted to hear what was happening and, what was the outcome of the verdict.
She wants justice, pretty much.
Correct. Outi Hicks' mother attended every hearing. She wanted to make sure the man who killed her daughter was held accountable. In court, she spoke about the loss of her only support. And I quote, "She was my sole supporter. I didn't have anybody but her," she said. "And now that he took her, I don't have anything. I have nothing. My baby's gone," unquote. The sentence? While Lopez faces 16 years to life in prison, he could be eligible for parole after 12 years. The judge was scheduled to officially sentence him in February, but the outcome was already clear. Common sense. He's been sentenced.
He's been sentenced, yeah.
Now, after hearing all that, there's losses on both sides.
It's just sad, you know.
Hmm?
It's pretty much just sad, you know.
Yeah. Condolences to Outi Hicks' family. May she rest in peace. And for Aaron Isidro Lopez family, I'm so sorry that this whole case had to happen. When I was doing the research for the podcast, I wanted to talk about something for Valentine's Day. And then I saw Aaron Isidro Lopez story, and I'm like, what happened? Like, oh my God, did he pass away? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Because we talked about Joe Camara, who passed away on Valentine's Day too. I believe 1996 or 1994, or maybe 1992. Check the playlist. Everything we talk about will be linked in the description box below. I thought something had happened to Aaron, but then when I started doing research, I was like, whoa, I've never heard about this either. And then I saw a part where it said baby Raina was being mistreated by the mom's boyfriend, who was Willard Dwayne Hawkwing. And I said, oh my God, I have to talk about this. We're not being disrespectful.
And then, you know, we don't really hear much about the community, about Fresno community.
Correct. We're doing this because we want to share with others who are in the same like mind and will understand that things like this in Fresno happen. And we want them to know, be careful out there, you know? So with that, we're going to go to the next segment, and we're going to be talking about a young girl. I feel like she is a businesswoman.
I'm Fresno 559, trying to raise money to get a accessible car. I'm selling hot chocolate and champurrado this Saturday and Sunday at this location. See you soon.
On this segment, we're going to be talking about a little cute girl named Adrianna, and she was doing a fundraiser selling hot chocolate and champurrados, and we actually went today.
It was cute.
It was so cute. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because we wanted to go show love and support, and we're going to actually feature her on our podcast this week. So her mom, Araceli, posted this, and she wrote, my daughter's name is Adrianna. She was born with a birth defect called spina bifida. Because of her health condition, she is unable to walk. She is a full-time wheelchair user. Her dad and I are saving up as much as we can to purchase a wheelchair accessible vehicle that will eventually be hers when she is able to drive. She told us she wanted to contribute by making her own hot chocolate stand. So of course we wanted to let her do this, and I hope you guys can help her out with her sale. See you soon. If you can't make it, but we'll still like to support, our Cashapp is, and then we will link that in the description box below for you guys to donate. Everything that you guys are donating will be going towards her.
But yeah, we went, and there were a few people, so I was happy because of that. You know.
Well, we showed up kind of late.
Yeah, we did show up late too.
But it was so cute.
All pretty good.
Yeah, it was for a good cause.
Hi, Adrianna. We're from the Witchy podcast,
and we just want to say good luck in your journey, and we hope you achieve your goals. You are a blessing. You have strength. You have so much. You're full of life, and we can see it just through the video. And when we saw you, you were a businesswoman. You sat there and you organized all this on your own. Girl, we're proud of you, girl. And we just want to say, we hope you get everything you want in life and you keep doing your thing. God will bless you with everything you want and need. To the parents, who is Araceli, and I don't know the husband's name, but you guys have a businesswoman in the future, and you guys are doing amazing. And always remember that. You are doing the best you can. And for you guys letting her to do all this for her on her own, I'm so proud of y'all. And we just, from the West Artos podcast, good luck. Before we end the podcast, those who are dealing with mental health issues and you need help or someone to talk to, we will leave everything in the description box below with the phone number for you to call. And also for what did you think of everything that we just talked about?
Well, I just want to say for Aaron, pretty much, sorry about your traveling past, and I just hope you get the help that you need.
I agree. And condolences to Outi's family. May she rest in peace.
Condolences.
Yes. And then for Adrianna, girl, you was a future businesswoman. I love that for you. And your parents let you organize that on your own, girl. That takes intelligent to do. She gonna be just fine. I already know it. Her future is gonna be so bright.
Keep up the good work.
Yes, and the champurrado. Oh my god. I was like, I want the champurrado. I don't like chocolate really, but the champurrado, it's just something about it. It gives authenticity of it.
Es la masa.
Yeah. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching and thank you guys for listening. And we'll see you guys on Monday for audio and Sunday for visual. Bye everyone. Please stay safe out there.
Bye.
Bye. And good luck, Adrianna.